Alright. Here we come with that siege tier list. Alright, so we're just gonna go in the order of however I feel like it. Doesn't really matter. Order doesn't matter. Here are the tiers. We got God tier, meaning that they're like, even if they're like not always viable, or if like even if they are always viable, they just rise above all the other operators. They're like they're that good. They're that good. They're just that good. And the rest of these pretty self-explanatory. So also we have recruit. We're just gonna keep him there because why not? I guess he counts. First up is alibi. I'd say probably probably like a B tier. Probably sometimes viable. She works. Yeah, she's pretty good roamer. Her gun's pretty good. She's got a secondary shotgun, which is good for like destruction and hatches and stuff. But otherwise, she doesn't bring that much to anchoring or roaming. You can get some pretty good kills with her, I guess, if you manage to trick someone with her gadget. So I guess she has that going for her. Ash, she's not god tier. She's always viable. Like it's never a time when her gadget's always going to be good. Her guns are always going to be good. She's always good. Bandits. Honestly, don't know. His gun is really good. His gadget's pretty. I put him god tier. He's really good. He's really, really good. He does have counters, but he has some wiggle room. Honestly, with the way game currently is, I don't think he's god tier. I think he's sometimes viable because he has a lot of counters and there's not a lot he can do. And we're just gonna hinge off that and just put Maverick in a god tier. He has no counter. His gadget's broken. His guns are good. Maverick's in a really good spot. Blackbeard, rarely viable. He sucks. His guns aren't that great. His gadget sucks now. He's just not in a great spot. Always getting nerfed. Tough out there. Better luck next time. Blitz, he's busted. Always viable. Always viable. Buck, also always viable. Soft wall destruction is really, really good. Playing above or below sights, also really good. His gun is really good. Both his guns are really good. Very good overall operator. Capital. Sometimes viable. His gadget's not that good, but it's pretty good for certain sites. And also against roamers, the fire can be helpful for air denial. It's pretty helpful. It's like always good, but sometimes it doesn't help with anything. Sometimes it doesn't provide that much utility. Castle, sometimes viable. He works pretty. Sometimes he can be really, really good. On some maps, really, really good. Some other maps, though, not good at all. House, useless. But House isn't ranked anymore, so we're not even going to mention House. Maps like Border, he can be helpful with. Could be good on Border. Kavira, pistol nerf. After the pistol nerf, I don't know. She's still always viable. The interrogations are always going to be helpful. She's super quiet, really good roamer. Clash, sometimes viable. Her shield can help sometimes. Her shock is good. She gets information really easily. She's pretty good anchor. She's kind of hangs around sight, does her thing, very good. Doc, always viable. Got tier gun, ACOG. Dokeby. Say she's always viable. Mate, nah, they're gonna bump it out of sometimes. Because if they're playing like a heavy sight hold, there's no roamers. Calling them isn't gonna do anything. I mean, hacking cams, if they have like a valve cam on site, might help, but otherwise, no real point. Echo. As much as I love playing Echo, he's only ever good on bomb. His gun, even though it has an ACOG, it does super low damage. I still say he's like, I think he's always viable. As long as you have like a good, like hold on site, you should be fine. Echo should always be on site, hanging around, using that ACOG in his gadget, of course, the anchor. Ella, I think she's always viable. Good guns, good gadget, fast, all real good. Finka, pretty good as well. Frost, I think she's only sometimes viable. Sometimes when Frost is just not, sometimes just having Frost doesn't help much. There's only so many places you can put the traps. Next up, Fuse, rarely viable. You have to be above site, and if they don't have a castle, you're useless. Even if they have a castle, they can just impact wherever you are if they really don't want to get fused. It's just really easy to counter Fuse. You gotta be above site and just hope and pray you get your things down there. Glass, rarely viable. He works on some sites really well. And the thermal is really helpful if you have a lot of smokes, but 2 smokes, like Capital and Glass are sometimes good together, but otherwise he's not that useful. Gridlock, I say she's pretty good. I don't know. She's still new. Still new. It's hard to tell with those. Hibana, always viable. IQ, sometimes viable. She's got good guns. And that's pretty much it. Her gadget's hot garbage. Jackal. I don't know where to put Jackal. Jackal's got good guns and a good gadget, but I don't know if I want to put him in God tier because he's not that good. I think he's always viable. If there's roamers, there's a Jackal. He always helps. Jaeger. Always viable. Good roamer, good gun. Gadget's helpful sometimes, if they have... Depends what operators are running on attack. Cade, or Kaid, I don't know if you're a serial killer and say it like that. He's not new, but I haven't played him very much or seen him used very much either. I'd say he's sometimes viable. He can get countered harder than Bandit can, but he can zap hatches. But yeah. Capcan, sometimes viable depending on what site. Depending on what map as well, if there's a lot of doors. Yeah, he can work sometimes if you get lucky, but he's not an operator you can use very often. Legion, always viable. Good gun, good gadget for holding site. Really annoying to deal with. Lion, ugh, he got nerfed hard. I say he's rarely viable. His gadget sucks so bad right now. And his gun is okay, I guess. Pretty average gun. Maestro. I feel like Maestro is sometimes viable. Nope, category. Sometimes viable. His gadgets are really helpful, but now that Twitch can take care of it single-handedly, it's a little eh. Mira, God tier. She has counters, but her gadget's just that good. It's that important to that many sites that I think it's... certain sites you like need Mira. And if her on herself can make entire sites viable, yeah, it's pretty good. Montaigne, God tier. He's the only reason sometimes that you can take sites. Like, he's really important to certain sites. And, granted, he's got good utility. He has smokes. Smokes are pretty helpful, especially if you've got a glass. He's just that, shield, this pistol's good, I guess. It's a pistol. Like, the Magnum's useless. It's just a pistol with less bullets and more recoil. But yeah, Montaigne's really good. Mozzie, always viable. More information, the better. Mute, sometimes viable. His gadget can be used to, I guess counter Lion now, but that doesn't really help much because no one's going to be playing a Lion much longer. Yeah, his gun's pretty decent. He's got SMG 11 now if you can actually use the thing. Just sometimes he's really easy to counter. Just toss the Thatcher and boom, he's defective. Nomad, good gun. Gadget's kind of weird. Can be used. I don't know. It's kind of hard to use, so I feel like on certain maps with limited pathway, she's really good. But if there's more than like 3 doors, there's nothing she could do about that. Pulse, always viable. He's good. His gadget's still good. He's loud now, though. You can hear that thing from a mile away. Just gonna go ahead and do this now, sorry. All the memes out there. Recruit. Sometimes viable, we're just gonna say that, put it that way. Rook. Gadget's always helpful. Gun is always good. You know, always like one of the best anchors you can have. Always want to have a rook. Sledge, always viable. I think he's really good. I think Sledge is really good. Smoke, I think Smoke is god tier. His area denial is just super good. SMG 11, still super good. Shotgun is actually pretty good if it decides to work. I don't know, his gadget is just so insane for area denial. Like, it comes in super clutch a lot of the time. Very helpful. Thermite and Thatcher are both going to god tier. They're so helpful. So helpful. So helpful. Always helpful too. If there's a wall, you want Thatcher and Thermite, you know, the god duo. Twitch, if Moss is broken, it's so good. Gadget's so helpful. Counters Mira if you're sneaky enough. Gun is like insane RPM. So good. Valkyrie sometimes viable. This gadget is not helpful. I don't think he's very viable. Like his guns are pretty good. Boss G's, I don't even know what the Boss G is, but his gadget really only helps. You know, not that much. Even if you're using your gadget and they get all fuzzy, they still know you're there. Like, you're still there. They just don't know where exactly, and you know that information can really hurt a push. But he's just not as good as other roamers, I think. Ying. Sometimes she can be really helpful. I mean, sometimes you flash your team and completely screw up the whole round, but you know, either way. Sophia, I'm kidding. She's pretty good. Her gadget's always helpful. Flushes out roamers really easily. Breaking soft walls is always helpful. I don't know. She's really good. Alright, so that's the tier list. Yeah.